嗨，欢迎来到爱上东南亚。又是好久不见了。我们这次访问到一个很特别的人，他叫做 Mio， 他是一个缅甸人，但是他现在在美国念书。这个是 Olive 的朋友介绍的，来让 Olive 讲一下怎么认识他的。
其实 Olive 不认识他，笑死。好啦，就是其实是我一个非常热心的听众朋友，他是我其实也算是以前学校的朋友啦。那他就是说，我认识一个很酷的一个缅甸的朋友，是我们就是他们也是在东南亚另外一个国家旅游的时候他们认识。他就说，我从来没有遇过就是像他这么酷，就是在 NGO工作过的缅甸人，然后现在又去美国读书，那他就说一定要推荐给你们认识，希望你们可以多跟他聊一聊。
真的太棒了，我们就是有这么多热心替我们着想的朋友，才有这么多有趣的题材。
真的
对，然后再加上因为现在缅甸的状况比较特别嘛，就是如果有在看国际新闻就知道他们的政治啊这些状况比较特别，所以他可以在别的国家遇到他，其实就是很神奇的一件事情。所以就是刚刚有提到说这个 Mio 他其实是在 NGO 工作，他其实最一开始是在缅甸当医生，然后他有提到说他其实不太喜欢这个医生的工作，因为压力很大，所以他后来就转去做 NGO， 我觉得超酷的，
真的很勇敢，很有勇气，就是愿意就是不继续做医生这么稳定工作，去为 NGO 工作。
真的。然后我们就问他说为什么会有这个想法，他也有提到说因为在缅甸有非常多的 LGBTQ 的这个族群，然后还有一些性工作者等等的，都蛮需要一些公共卫生这方面的专家，所以他去 NGO 工作。
我觉得真的很有意义耶。
对，然后呢一部分也有聊了很多，因为他现在在美国念公共卫生嘛，所以就是也是有问到说他在美国的跟美国人的相处如何啊，他们知不知道缅甸这个国家啊等等的。然后呢还有讲到说当然有一大部分都是在讲说缅甸的现况，因为他们现在其实还是在政变的状况，所以我们很好奇为什么他在这个状况底下还可以出国念书，甚至到别的国家的 NGO 工作。因为我跟 Olive 在访谈他之前有做了一些功课，有查到说今年年初大概是3、4月的时候，国家就有颁布说要大家回去当兵，就年轻人尤其是男生都要回去当兵，所以我们也很好奇为什么他可以出来。
对啊，其实如果大家有听过之前访谈小爱的那一集，就是有一集我们是那个访谈缅甸街的华人移民，然后他们其实也有提到就是很多读大学读到一半要去当兵的状况，大家可以回去复习。
对，所以我们是觉得他蛮神奇的，就是蛮刚好在那个之前就先离开了国家什么什么的，才有办法。好像也不是啊，他有提到说其实你有一个合理的理由还是可以让你出国，然后他是因为有申请到美国硕士的奖学金才去念这个硕士的。对，这部分也是跟他聊了蛮多，觉得蛮有趣的。然后当然也问了他缅甸人对于台湾人的了解是什么，结果意外的有说什么呢？他说到什么台湾什么很有名，
说 democracy
这其实听到蛮感动的，说实在的
就是我知道啊，就是对，我当然知道，怎么会不知道呢？
对，他说 Taiwanese is very famous because of the democracy， 就是我觉得蛮感动的，因为他们现在也是有点一样的状况嘛，就是被军政府整个控制国家，那当然大部分的人民可能也是希望可以自由民主的。
对啊，从他口中听到我觉得是更有那种感慨的感觉，
真的。然后我们就是也有说希望缅甸可以赶快恢复和平啊什么什么的，然后就是通常我觉得听到这个你可能就说谢谢谢谢，然后我觉得他讲了一句话让我觉得超感动的，他回我们说 That day will come， 真的要哭出来的感觉，
真的鸡皮疙瘩都出来，这么困难可是还是有信心。
对，他说 That day will come， 这么坚定的语气，
真的。
对， 所以说最后我们也请他跟我们介绍说，如果他今天想要跟大家介绍缅甸是什么样的国家的话，请他帮我们介绍，因为其实大部分的人对于缅甸可能也不是太了解，说实在的。
对啊，可能只会有一些比较观光的印象吧，可能说哦佛教啊，然后好像很多佛寺吗？然后是不是有很多玉啊之类的？
没错，比较模糊的印象。所以这一集也是透过跟 Mio 聊天，更了解了缅甸的文化啊，还有整个政治啊状况等等的。那因为 Mio 他是缅甸人嘛，所以我们大部分的访谈还是以英文进行的。那其实就是访谈的内容用的英文不会太困难，所以如果大家有兴趣的话，非常推荐大家可以把它听完。
好，欢迎大家去收听，然后就是透过 Mio 多多了解缅甸这个国家。
没错，那就请大家继续收听咯，接下来就是访谈的部分。
Yeah, so I am new. It's been like 3 months in United States. I came from Myanmar. Formerly, it is known as Burma. I think like it's been 10 years. It changed the name to Myanmar officially. Yeah, now I'm in the United States in New Jersey. My school is Rutgers. So it is Rutgers. I study Masters of Public Health and with a concentration in epidemiology. I think that's pretty much of it.
Mingalaba.
Mingalaba. I'm just going to say the same. Yeah, we're going to say this.
你好.
Like Mingalaba. Mingalaba is welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mingalaba is like you can greet anyone anytime using Mingalaba.
Mingalaba.
Yep.
So, may I know like how long have you been there, like in the States?
Yeah, it's been 3 months. This is my first semester.
So, like before 3 months, you were in Myanmar, is it?
Yeah, before 3 months, I was in Bangkok and Chiang Mai for like 5 months. Before that, I was in Myanmar. Yeah, I have been living my whole life in Myanmar.
That's cool.
So you travel in other countries before, or you also studied there?
I traveled like it was like in early 2024. Yeah, I traveled to Bangkok and Vietnam, Cambodia, and then I was in Bangkok and Chiang Mai for like 6 months while I am preparing for my university process, like visa and other stuff. Now I am in the States.
Oh, cool. May I know what brought you to Chiang Mai and Bangkok?
It was just like a long vacation. I didn't do anything there. It was not for work. So in Myanmar, my bachelor degree was in medicine and surgery. So I am as a medical doctor in my country. I work for NGOs, especially in HIV, tuberculosis, and sexually transmitted infections for those projects.
Oh, so you have worked for a while already.
Yeah, I have worked for like 4 years.
As a doctor?
Yeah, as a doctor.
You're like international doctor, like travel around and to help those people who are like in the war or like a poor area. A bit like that?
No, it's not like that. It's just I am in the States just for master's degree. I'm not traveling with my job.
So your NGO is when you were in Myanmar, you work in the NGO and as a doctor, it's all in Myanmar, or it's around Southeast Asia?
No, it's just in Myanmar.
Oh, cool.
Is it an institute? I mean, this NGO, did they build or found by Burmese, by local?
I have worked for 2 organizations. The first one it's like international NGO, but most of the founders are from Myanmar. The name itself is Medical Action Myanmar, and I have worked in that NGO for like 3 years. The main human resources from Myanmar and financial support and other project finances are from other international organizations like Access to Healthcare, WHO, yeah, something like that.
Oh, why did you choose to work at this NGO instead of hospital or a clinic?
Yeah, actually, when I finished after graduation, I tried to work in the hospital setting. It lasts for for like just a few months. I think it was 2 or 3 months. I didn't like it, so I just quit. I look for NGO jobs. The other reason is I like to travel. So if I work in the main city, it is Yangon. Yangon is where I graduated my bachelor degree. And after graduation, I also want to travel. So with my NGO jobs, I can travel around. I choose different places to work to start my work. So basically, I am from southern part of the country. The name is the West. After graduation, I moved to northernmost part of the country. It is more closer to China. And now I worked there for 1 year. And then I moved back to Yangon at the same organization, but different project areas. The main reason is I didn't like the hospital setting. So I just tried a different thing.
Was it like you didn't like to stuck at the same place for a whole day or 24 hours?
Being a medical doctor in Myanmar it is so stressful. You have like a lot of duty hours a month. I think at least 120 hours. It was a lot
Per week? 120 hours per week?
for 1 month.
Oh, really? Wow. That's a long hours.
Yeah, it was a lot. In my country, we have many requirements in different sectors. We don't have that much human resource, so we have to take long duty hours. It is really stressful. It's stressful to deal with patients. Dealing with patients is also a big challenge for me because people have come from different classes, different places, different areas. Most of them are educated, most of them are not. So I just didn't like that. I just didn't like to be in a stressful working environment. So I just quit and tried a new thing. And then I joined that NGOs. It is for HIV projects, HIV prevent, especially for HIV prevention projects. The target populations are like LGBT community and female sex workers and drug users. These are the three main population in HIV.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it makes me to try a master's degree.
Yeah, that inspired you to pursue your master's degree?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Yeah.
Not sure if it's appropriate, but because in Myanmar, it's like a Buddhist country. And we are curious, is the society open to like gay or gay people?
That it depends. In very conservative area, it is not that open. But in the main city like Yangon and Mandalay, it's not a problem. But we do have a law against gay marriage.
Really?
If you know someone who do the same marriage, the same sex marriage, and if you don't like them, if you can sue, you can go to the court and you can
Report them. That's what they
report
say,
it.
right?
Yeah, you can report it to them. If you don't like some people who are doing same-sex marriage, they could go
Will
to
they be punished?
yeah, they will be punished to a long sentence, to some sentence.
Some
Oh.
sentence?
Yeah, sentence in jails.
In jail? But how do they prove their
Because they
couple?
have law.
But I mean, how can they prove them? Like, what's the evidence?
Like paparazzi take photos and I'm joking.
Yeah.
Probably will like find some witness. I don't know. Ask them questions to prove it.
Yeah, that's what.
How does it feel like to work in NGO? Like, you feel it's really different from working in the hospital? Like, in which way? When you help people, it's more like every day you feel happier? Or what's the main difference?
So yeah, my experience in hospital setting, it was just a year. When I was in my internship life, I had to do my internship for 1 year. After graduation, I worked for a few months. When I first worked in NGOs, it was totally new environment. Everything was new for me. The weather is not not the same. You know, the weather in southern part, the weather in Shandong is very hot or very extreme. Let's say extreme, but not that extreme. When I first work in northern part of the country, it is in a little bit colder region. The weather is nice. People are also different ethnicities. As a matter of fact, we have like more than 135 ethnicities. So it was one of the major ethnicity in my new working environment. So people speak different language, totally different language.
Whoa.
I enjoyed it. That's why I continue working in it. It's not that stressful. There are times that I feel so stressful, but it's not as bad as hospital environment. So I like to work in NGO, yeah.
I'm curious. So in Taiwan, if you study in medical school, it's like the top school in Taiwan. Like you need to reach the highest score to apply for a medical degree. So is it the same in Myanmar?
Yeah, it is the same, I think. Let's say our basic education system in Myanmar is up to grade 10. I think you guys have up to grade 12. When you were young, it was what was the highest?
You mean the mandatory education?
Yeah.
In Taiwan? I think it's to high school, so probably
12.
Yeah, 12.
To grade 12, right? So
Yes.
in my country, we have kindergarten to grade 10. Back in the days, now I think they upgraded the system to grade 12 level. And so after grade 10, if you get the highest score or in grade 10, you can go to medical university. If you don't get higher score, you can't go to medical school. So they don't have like entrance exam or something like that. They don't have that. All they decide is just upon your matriculation exam scores.
I think it's really courageous that if I were a doctor in Taiwan, I think I might not give up my job and work at NGO. It's like totally, I mean, not totally, like a bit different path, career path. And then you decided to study in the States for public health, or it's kind of like you change your career path and pretty early. I think it's interesting.
It's not totally different.
Yeah, you still have a license.
Yeah, license in Myanmar, yeah. So I think in Myanmar, it's not that well developed, People just know that everything that is related to public health and healthcare is done by medical doctor and nurses. They just know that. They don't know you can study public health with a bachelor degree in different background. We don't even have that. So it also depends on the education system in your country, yeah.
Yeah, I will say that's very brave actually, because from doctor to NGO, I believe that probably salary will also be a lot of difference.
Yeah.
That you must have a lot of enthusiasm to work in NGO. Overall, it's really, really impressive experience sharing. I would like to ask another question because sometimes you mention it's Myanmar, sometimes Burmese. I'm really curious about what's the difference between these two words and what's the Burmese people prefer to be called, whether it's a country you say Myanmar or
it's the same. Yeah, to me it is the same. You can call anything you want. You can say anything. But Burmese and Burma, it is more like English word for me. For in Myanmar, if you want to speak in Myanmar language, you just say Myanmar. That is original Myanmar language. But Burmese and Burma, it is not from Myanmar language. It comes from British colonial times. So it is the same for me. Burma or Myanmar, Burmese, it is the same. If you want to say the country, you say Burma. If you want to mention the people and the language, you say Burmese. When you want to use Myanmar, it is the same for everything. Myanmar, the country is Myanmar. The people are Myanmar people. The other interesting thing is that we have 100 ethnicities, and whenever you call Burma or Myanmar, it just represents only one ethnicity. I am from one minority ethnic group. It is the Wer people, the Wer ethnicity. It is kind of related to Burma. It's kind of related to Myanmar, but there's many other ethnicities. They don't have anything the same. with Myanmar. They speak different language.
Mm-hmm.
They eat differently. Everything is different.
Oh, so because I was thinking what were the meaning of these two terms, like does it mean anything? So we just realized it's about an ethnicity.
Myanmar or Burma is just for one main ethnicity. Most people are Myanmar people.
Oh, most.
Mostly they are Myanmar. This is the main ethnicity. Most people from middle region, middle states and regions, and lower region are just Myanmar. Most of the ethnicities they live on more like border area.
Could you please like spell the city you come from for us?
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
I was just right here.
Oh, okay, thank you.
大卫
Oh.
The way. Yeah.
大卫
The way is also the name of big city, and it is also the name of one minority ethnic group. This is my ethnicities. Actually, I came from very small village from southernmost part of the country. So the way is the main city of my regions.
So it's different from Myanmar, right? People different.
From the way? Yeah, it's not totally different. The language we speak, there are some similarities, and I think the way language is one of the dialect of Myanmar. We are just one of minority ethnic group under Myanmar and Burma. There are many other main ethnicities which are totally different from Myanmar.
And how about the culture difference in your city? Cultural or attraction or?
Especially the language. Our people, our Dawa people understand Myanmar, understand Burmese. But Burmese people, they don't understand us. So there are more than 60% of the language we speak, separate vocabulary, separate usage, and separate terms. If the Burmese people stay in my area for like at least 6 months or a year, you can understand a little bit. You can even speak because it's just a dialect, not a totally different language. The food is not the same, the food we eat. So we are close to
Thailand.
Thailand and coastal region. So our food a little bit more spicy, more fresh.
Sounds delicious.
We eat seafood on a daily basis. Burmese people, some of them don't like fish or some seafood. When I first came to the main city, Yangon, it was really strange for me to hear that some people don't like fish.
Really?
Oh my God, why don't they like fish? In my area, we eat fish or we eat seafood on daily basis because we are close to coastal region. Yeah.
Because you mentioned fish, so we have mentioned one of the like classic cuisine from Myanmar, which is mohinga.
Yeah, mohinga.
So there is fish inside, right? So is it the same in your hometown, in your village?
I do want to mention that to you. I have been thinking about that. So when you say mohinga, we have totally different kinds of mohinga, many kinds of mohinga. You know, if you go to that mohinga restaurant next time, you should ask from which area. You know, we have like Yangon mohinga. In different places, people eat mohinga in different styles. In my area, we have two different things. How do I say that? It's still different. The way mohinga and Burmese mohinga are a little bit different. It's not the same.
I think it makes sense because Myanmar is so huge. You got different areas and different culture, different ingredients, so makes the mohinga makes different. Even Taiwan, we are so small. We have different fried rice or dumpling in the south, in the north. Totally understand that.
When I first go to the main city, Yangon, I didn't like their mohinga. It's not the same from us. Let's say it's not the same. It is the same, but it's not the same.
It's like people in the south of Taiwan may try a kind of rice with pork. But when they move to Taipei, the north of Taiwan, they will say, oh, it's totally not the same and not delicious.
Yeah.
It happens in every places, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So, have you tried or can you find any Burmese restaurant in the state
I
if you
have
want to
never
have something?
tried. I think there are some restaurants in New York and there's some in California.
Mm-hmm.
Most Burmese people prefer to live in Florida.
Really, Florida? I thought it's Indiana.
Indiana, also Indiana. Florida is the weather is much like
Myanmar. Yeah, the latitude is similar, right?
the weather is more temperate in that area. Myanmar
Mm-hmm.
people prefer that region. So yeah, I saw some restaurants on Facebook. They are in New York, but I have never tried because I just cook by myself.
Huh.
Just
Hmm.
like a few weeks ago, I was really craving for mohinga.
Oh,
So I ordered some instant mohinga.
instant moringa?
Yeah,
Like
they have
instant
instant
noodle?
mohinga. Yeah, like instant noodles. You just put everything into the pan and just boil it and you can have it.
Oh, interesting. So how did it taste?
I'm satisfied, but it's not the same. Yeah.
Okay, can you cook moringa by yourself?
No, no, no. I just cook Burmese curry.
Burmese curry. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe sometime you can look for a Burmese restaurant in New York, and then maybe that would be more authentic
They are
moringa
so
there.
expensive.
Really? Oh, yeah, because in New York,
Yeah.
Olive was in New York like last year, right? Last year or this year?
In June this year. In June, I traveled to New York.
Oh,
Just 10 days, and everything was just so expensive, and especially the service, the fee, like 18%.
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
that's crazy. If you don't give tips, they are not happy.
Ah.
Yeah, in some places, they don't even let you go out. They don't give tips.
Oh.
Like gangster.
Yeah. I've heard of some
That's
stories,
too
yeah.
much. Because I have tried the Korean food in New York, and I mean, I'm not Korean, but I felt it's pretty authentic. So, yeah, we are wondering what if there's like pretty authentic Burmese, like mohinga in New York. Maybe you can try it next time and tell us.
Yeah, maybe I will sometimes.
Yeah, like a long time, a really big meal for yourself.
Yeah, I do that. I went to hot pot restaurant a few weeks ago with my
Mm-hmm.
friend. We had a good time. It was Chinese hot pot.
Oh, that's
Oh.
nice. So, like, speaking of dining out in the States, what's the experience like living in the state as a Burmese? People live in state, do they know much about Burmese, or when they ask like, oh, where are you from? And you say Myanmar. What's their reaction?
Most of them do not know Myanmar or Burmese or Burma. They don't know. Most of them don't know. There are some people who know Myanmar, or
Mm-hmm.
especially the father at church. He knows Myanmar. He knows
Mm-hmm.
Burma. Most of my classmates, Indian classmates, they know
Oh.
Burma. Of course, we have many international students here
Mm-hmm.
from India, from also China, Taiwan,
Mm.
Thailand, Korean. There are many international students here. Yeah, when I first arrived, I first went to Washington, D.C. So the
Mm-hmm.
first day we were in D.C., we went to a Chinese restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
We went there a total of three people. So we ordered three dishes, one dish for each. So the main thing that is really different is their portions are
Mm-hmm.
really big. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't even finish one portion, alone. So we couldn't finish our meal. So we had to take that back to our hotel.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder when interact with the local people there, what's the weird questions or any stereotype they will say about you?
Some people have asked me, what is the language? What alphabets do we use in Myanmar?
Mm.
So they
Mm-hmm.
don't know that we just use Myanmar alphabet. We have unique, authentic language. So I have explained them very rounded and circular
Uh-huh.
alphabets we use. But in some ethnicities, they use English alphabet.
Mm.
So it depends. But national
Mm-hmm.
language is used main Myanmar language, Myanmar alphabet. I have never experienced offensive questions.
It's nice that so far your experience is nice and didn't face any racist problem.
Yeah, I have
Mm.
never experienced. Maybe I don't go out that much. I don't like
Probably.
I don't like crowded I don't like the crowd. I don't like to
Oh,
go
okay.
very busy area. So
Stay
I
at
just like
home.
chilly. Yeah,
Mm.
I or like I most of the time I go to park and museum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't I have never yeah, I have never went to I've never gone to party or something like that.
Mm.
I never in here.
How do you know your friends? Because you mentioned some of your friends you went to the Hapa with. It's all from the school?
And most of them are from my school, and
Oh.
we have like there are a lot of organizations in my school, like friends group. They have different groups for different activities. So I joined a group named International Friends at Rogers. So I have some friends from there, and there I also have some friends from my school, and I have some friends from my church. Yeah.
You mentioned about you went to church, but
Yeah, I
I
go
don't
to
know.
church.
So you're Catholic
Yeah.
or Christian?
Yeah, I choose Catholic. I
Oh,
go to
cool.
Catholic church. Yeah.
That's cool because as we know that Myanmar is a Buddhist
Buddhist
country
country.
and
Yeah.
everyone need to go to be a how
Monastery.
yes. Did you also do that?
When I was young, I have been there. Yeah. I have been to
Oh.
monasteries, pagodas.
Even you're not a Buddhist, you still need to follow the regulation to be a monk for a while.
If your original religion is not Buddhist, you still need to go to be a monk?
Oh no, you don't have to go to monastery or pagoda if you are not Buddhist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you went there, so that means your original religion
Yeah.
is Buddhism.
My origin was Buddhist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my families they are Buddhist, and I just changed. I just chose to be Catholic.
When?
Cool. After you arrive in the States?
No, it was since in Myanmar. I go to church. I go to the mass.
I mean, what's your parents' thought? They disagree with this?
Yeah, they disagree because they are like conservative Buddhism. So
But now you're in the state. They couldn't.
I am on my own.
Yeah. So they what brought you to the state? Like how?
After working in NGOs for 4 years, I just applied for scholarships, for different scholarships,
Mm-hmm.
for Australian scholarship,
Mm-hmm.
for Chevening scholarship, for Fulbright
Mm-hmm.
scholarship. Yeah, I tried and a couple of scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a scholarship which is fully funded by United States government. It is especially designed for Burmese students, Burmese young people. So I got that. Do you guys ever heard of the United States Agency for International Development, USAID? I got the scholarship from that
Mm-hmm.
agency.
That's nice. But just really curious about that because we know that in Myanmar there is a really not good situation, political wise. So they're wondering how you can still apply or like leave the country.
Yeah,
Like
the coup d'etat. Like we have heard that the country, I mean the young people are required to join the military this year. So and some people they cannot go abroad. So we are really curious.
True, yeah. The main reason was I have never joined government job since my graduation. So when I work in hospital, it was in private clinics. So I
mm-hmm.
have never worked for government. So this is the main reason. If you have ever tried a government job or if you are a staff under any government agency, you can't go. And especially if you take part in civil disobedience movement, CDM, you can't go abroad. A lot of my friends, they can't go to abroad because they had joined the government hospitals before the coup, and after the coup they stop going to work. They take part in civil disobedience movement. For me, I have never been in government jobs. Yeah, it is true that young people are required to join the military and to kill their own people. The
Yeah.
military, they want us to kill our own people. It is one of the reasons that I have lived in Bangkok for 5 months. After that conscription law, my parents, they do not want us to live in Myanmar because they are
Oh.
worried. Yeah, they are worried that I might get arrested because they want people with degrees. And if you ever finish one bachelor degree or if you ever got some degrees, you are preferred to be in the military. That's the law. Yeah. They just made up everything.
They just want you to join anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just left my country and
Oh, okay.
live in Bangkok with my sister and travel around
I
Vietnam
see.
and Cambodia and Thailand.
Yeah, because we saw the news that they announced this year, probably March or April. It's really, really latest news. So you left the country before that, right?
Yeah. I left in February, at the end of February, I think. Yeah. It
Mm-hmm.
was when they started launching the conscription law.
But you knew it earlier, is it? So that's why
No,
you
no,
can.
no. I didn't know it. I just left the country as soon as I know that law.
Oh, but still you can leave the country? Like people still issue you the visa or anything? The government still issue?
Yeah, they issue if you have a good reason. I mean, for me, my scholarship is funded by United States government and the visa process, they all assisted to get my visa from that scholarship agencies, scholarship organizations. I didn't have to worry them. I don't have
Because
any
we
records or history in government job.
uh-huh.
It is not a big issue for
Oh,
me. Yeah.
and never joined the movement, so you are just like a normal citizen, so the government just allow you to go abroad. Because it's interesting, before you study in the States, you travel first, because we never experienced that, like during the civil war or this kind of situation. We just want to travel abroad, but is it allowed by the government? Or I really need to provide like really solid reason, like, hey, I really need to study in the States, but you are like traveling, so you couldn't imagine like the government allowed you to travel in Thailand and Vietnam.
I was lucky because now, if you have no history or traveling abroad, they don't let you go. They would
Mm-hmm.
just let you go home at the immigration. A few days ago, one of my friends, she was planning to visit Bangkok, and she has never traveled before that to abroad. And when she went to the airport at the immigration, they didn't let her go abroad. So it was a waste of money and time for her
That's sad.
because because they don't want young people to do anything, just
Mm-hmm.
but to stay in the country and just to serve them. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. So your friend, the one you mentioned, she is now in Myanmar. That
Yeah,
lately she wants to travel, but she
yeah,
couldn't.
she couldn't.
Oh, okay. So many
It
of
is
your friends from Myanmar, like for example, like you know them in college or high school, most of them are still in Myanmar right now.
Yeah, of course, most of
Oh.
them. Just only a few people, only if you have money. If you don't have
Oh,
money,
okay. That's the key
and
point.
if you don't have visa, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
in my case, I came to the States with no money. I don't need to spend my money at all, or everything is free. It is
Mm-hmm.
fully funded by the United States government. So that is the only reason I could come to United States.
Mm-hmm.
And do American have asked you questions about like the coup? Like are they care or have they care and ask you any question about this?
Yeah, they ask many questions how it is now. I think some of them are not aware of the update news. They just heard of the story or about the military coup in 2021. After that, you can't see the news very much. Myanmar news are not that popular, I think. Most of the news are about Ukraine and Palestine and something
Mm-hmm.
like that. They have never mentioned about Myanmar. But so many people are not aware of the latest situation. So I have
Mm-hmm.
to like I have to update the news to them. It's like yeah, the war is happening every day. The people are dying.
Yeah, that's bad.
In my village, you can't stay peacefully in my village. So my parents, they had to leave our house and they had to live in different place.
You still keep in touch with your families right now? Because I know that many people in Myanmar, probably their internet is controlled by the military. Probably sometimes they couldn't reach out.
Yes, it is really hard. Sometimes the internet access is really difficult. Since my village is a little bit hard to reach area, sometimes I call them like for 2 days, 3 days. I couldn't reach out to them. But after a while, I the connection came back, and so I got the contact back. Yeah. Now I'm in
Mm,
touch and keep in touch with them.
that's nice. I'll help them stay safe. How do you reach out to them? What kind of like app or you guys using?
Most people use Facebook
Oh, really?
Messenger.
Not WhatsApp or Instagram.
My parents don't know that WhatsApp
Mm.
or Instagram. They don't have any idea about that. All they know is just Facebook.
The same as in Taiwan. The parents, they use Facebook more.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, for people. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you have some classmate from Taiwan.
I met one, I think.
Oh, okay. You close with him or her?
Not close. I just met at an event. What is the event? I think it is Friends Friday event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just talk around with. He's a different major. He used to study in the States or for his bachelor degree as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a while for him to be in the United States.
Cool. So have you ever traveled to Taiwan or like how much do you know about Taiwan?
Actually, before leaving for the States, I did plan on traveling to Taiwan, but
Really?
it was really, I almost traveled, but I could not make the plan happen with all the visa stuff and other process.
Mm-hmm.
I could not make it happen. Taiwan people are really famous, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
You guys are famous for your resilience in democracy and revolution effort for us. There are some pages, social media pages on Instagram. They support democracy and revolution in Myanmar.
Oh, really? So people in Myanmar all know about Taiwan because of that?
Yeah, when all this military coup happened, people talk a lot about Taiwan and some other country because I think the scenario is more or less the same. You have to fight for democracy,
Yeah.
to revolution.
Yeah, like we can relate your situation because everything's in really difficult situation.
Taiwan is famous for me, for
Really?
us,
Oh,
yeah, for Myanmar people, yeah.
that's really surprised to know that.
Several years ago, maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago, if we went abroad, if people ask where we from, and we say Taiwan, they don't know. They may say
Thailand. Yes.
I see. And when they ask me from which country, whenever I mention my country, they don't know. They always they let me show my country on map, and when I show them, oh, it is near Thailand. Oh yeah, it is near Thailand. It's like that, yeah.
But there's a really famous movies before. It's called The Story of the Aung San Suu Kyi.
Yeah, Aung San Suu Kyi, yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
it's famous in Taiwan.
Yeah, very famous.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
We really love her. She is known and jail. We don't know many update news about her because
Mhm.
military guys they put her in a place. We don't even know where she is and how she is and if she is healthy or not.
Nobody can reach her.
Yeah. It's also the same for other democratic leaders as well.
I see. Yeah, I think many of Taiwanese know about Myanmar through that movies because there's a famous actress played
Yeah,
as
Michelle.
her. Yes. That and also that movies got lots of award.
I also like that movie a lot.
Really?
I have watched like for more than 3 times. Yeah. Military is more cruel than in the movie.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, it's so bad. You
it's
will
so
not have any
sad.
idea. Yeah.
So you're in the state right now. Probably you can travel from state to Taiwan. Is it possible, or you still need to go back to Myanmar to be issued a visa?
It depends. I don't know what will happen because in America they are having new president, so politics are changing.
Yeah, Trump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do I mean maybe you may be difficult to represent all the Burmese, but how do Burmese think about Trump? Maybe the Burmese in the States or the Burmese in your country? How do people think about Trump?
I don't know that much. Personally, I don't like Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I support Kamala. So I don't know about Burmese community
Mm-hmm.
in the States. Most people that I know, they like Kamala. They don't like Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Asian or immigrants?
I was so upset about the election results that day. Yeah.
Yeah, understandable. Probably it's difficult for you to leave the state because you don't know what the policy will be changed, right?
Actually, I prefer Asia. I don't see myself to live in the United States
Oh,
for
really?
years for my life.
Really, after you graduated, you want to go back to Burma right away and work in Burma?
Maybe it is not safe in my country. I can find works in some other Southeast Asian region. There are some projects, many projects. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool because I thought probably most of people they thought that once you're in the state, you would try your hard to stay there.
Yeah. Some people they decided to end up here. They got a good job. If I got very good job that give me a lot of salary, I might stay.
Yeah,
I might
okay.
stay for a while.
That's nice. So if you going back to Burma or other Southeast Asia country, you still want to work as a doctor or still want to work in NGO again?
For NGO, I
NGO.
mean, yeah, my major is epidemiology, so I can work as an epidemiologist.
Oh, okay.
It is like,
Like COVID.
yeah,
Okay.
COVID,
Oh.
infectious disease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about disease, the pattern of disease, and depending on population level, yeah, how to prevent how to prevent the disease, how to treat the disease in population level,
That's cool.
something like that.
And
Yeah.
really useful and valuable.
It's getting famous after COVID,
It is.
epidemiology, yeah.
It looks like related to data science, like you track the data.
It is also about data analysis. You have to use statistical software. I'm now learning
Networking.
programming, networking, communication. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm now learning programming software, some
Ooh.
difficult for data analysis, but I need to learn.
Sounds challenging, but also interesting. So as a closure, we want to know, like, if you want to introduce Myanmar to people, like, what would you say to those people who probably don't know much about Myanmar?
Myanmar is a country with many different ethnicities
Mm-hmm.
and with unique beauties and underrated beauties. So there are many beautiful places that you want to explore in Myanmar if the country is peaceful and the politics are good. And we also have different religions and traditions and beliefs of different languages. And Myanmar people are struggling and fighting for democracy.
Mm-hmm.
So we need international support. Yeah, international communities must recognize our revolution, and it would be better if they don't communicate with the military. It makes them more powerful to control over the country. We have our own revolutionary government, Have you ever heard of that? We have revolutionary government.
Didn't know that.
It is called National Unity Government. You can search it. National Unity Government.
NUG.
Yeah.
Was it just established several years ago?
No, it is established after the coup. So it was established by ethnic leaders and democratic leaders.
It's established in 2021.
Yeah, 2021 and 2022, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So really hope everything's finished and the country can be really peace, because we have never had a chance to visit Myanmar.
You would like it.
I think so. We will love it because we see the picture. It's lots of temple and so beautiful. The culture and everything. So yeah, I really hope
peaceful harmony.
Yeah, can be like all the issue can be solved. People can be safe, and we can go travel soon.
Yeah,
right.
That day will
now
come.
We can.
Yeah, that day will come.
Yeah, comes soon. Now we can only go to the Myanmar street in New Taipei City. There's a street. There are many Burmese immigrants. So now we just sometimes during the weekends, we just visit that street and have some nice Burmese food.
Yeah, and sometimes we talk to people there. Those people are from.
I thought you guys are sisters. You guys are black
really?
sisters.
We look alike. We
I
look
mean,
the same.
Our style.
No, before this, I thought you guys are sisters and you travel together.
Yeah, we're a sister, but without blood connection.
Yeah.
Sorry, just
I can
ignore
see
me.
that.
Just ignore me. You're saying nonsense stuff. Yeah, but also we hope that one day you can visit Taiwan.
If I visit Taiwan.
Yeah, please let us know for sure.
Welcome.
Let us treat you and introduce the best of Taiwan. And
Sure.
We will take you around.
yeah, we hope everything goes well in the state and the study and the degree. You can be smoothly get your degrees and probably get a good job or come back to Southeast Asia. Anyway, I think everything will be just fine, just perfect for you.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep in touch.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
same here. See you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.